Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días a todos y bienvenidos al Sugar City Morning Show. Estamos en vivo y en directo desde Nortevisión, los estudios de Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la calle San Lorenzo. Y es un gran gusto poder llegar a través de esta señal a sus hogares. Muchas gracias por permitirnos entrar a lo más íntimo de sus hogares. De nuevo, buenos días. Como dije, estamos en vivo y en directo desde Nortevisión, aquí en la calle San Lorenzo. Estamos transmitiendo por cable a todo el país de Belice. Nos da mucho gusto decir que nuestra señal llega a Corozal, aquí en Orange Walk, obviamente, a la ciudad de Belice, Ladyville, Hattieville, Belmopan, las aldeas entre medio, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, San Ignacio, Benque Viejo, también San José Zacots, como Dangriga y Punta Gorda, y también orgullosamente hasta San Pedro. Good morning, muy buenos días a todos. Un gran gusto tenerles con nosotros hoy por la mañana y como siempre, enviándoles los mejores saludos. También a la gente que nos ve a través de la estación por aire Canal 10, muy buenos días a todos. Es un servicio especial, gratuito, que se le ofrece a la gente viviendo del norte, la gente del norte, de Orange Walk, pueblo y aldeas, Corozal, pueblo y aldeas, y más allá de nuestras fronteras, para que puedan gozar también de televisión. Claro que sí, ¿por qué no? También estamos en vivo en la página Facebook de Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días a todos que nos ven a través de ese medio. Como siempre, compañeros, hoy son las 7:04, como siempre. Empezamos nuestra programación con una oración. Te pido que te unas conmigo a dar las gracias a este Creador que nos da la vida, que nos da de todo. A la medida que nos lo dé, mi fe es de que al despertar debemos de hacer tiempo aparte para darle las gracias, alabarle y también pedirle todo lo que deseamos en nuestros corazones. Padre, te damos muchas gracias por la vida, porque hoy logré llegar a mi trabajo, logré caminar, logré correr, logré comer, logré tomar un café, logré hablar, logré abrir mis ojos. Padre, logré vivir. Estoy vivo. Gracias. Gracias por eso. Te doy las gracias por todas tus bendiciones, por la vida, la salud, a la medida que nos lo des. Te pido, sin embargo, que nos cures, nos sanes nuestras aflicciones, nuestras enfermedades. Padre, hoy te doy las gracias por tu bondad. Te doy las gracias por tu gracia, por tu perdón que nos ofreces absolutamente gratis a los que así lo piden. Padre, muchas gracias por todo. Reconocemos de que tú eres el creador de este mundo y tú nos pusiste a este mundo para hacer tu voluntad. Padre, permítenos hoy entregarte este día y decir, Padre, este es tu día, que se haga tu voluntad, no la mía, sino la tuya. Padre, también hoy te doy las gracias por todo lo bueno que ha sucedido en nuestras vidas, por lo malo, en términos de lo que nos logremos entender de que todo lo que sucede en este mundo sucede por una razón. Hay que verlo de la forma optimista y no estar refunfuñando y trabados en ello, sino hacerlo pasar y decir, son enseñanzas que tú nos ofreces. Padre, permítanos hoy poder estar viviendo en paz con nuestros semejantes, con nuestros familiares, con nuestras amistades, para poder arrestar ese egoísmo que nos está causando mucho problema. Padre, permítanos ser más humildes, permítanos ser más respetuosos, permítanos ser menos soberbios, menos pomposos, sino más humildes, más generosos, más con fe y definitivamente más sensibles a las otras personas. Padre, hoy te pido que nos bendigas y que nos des éxito en todo lo que estemos haciendo, mientras que ese propósito sea bueno. Padre, muchas gracias por todo y te alabamos y te bendecimos siempre. Amén. Gracias por estar conmigo durante esos momentos. Eh, lo hago simplemente porque creo que es lo correcto para hacer. La gente me pregunta, bueno, Manuel, ¿y por qué oras tanto? La pregunta es, ¿por qué tú no lo haces? Porque yo creo que dentro de mí todo ser humano debe de tomar tiempo aparte para agradecer a este creador y darle las gracias durante la mañana y para nuestras familias y para todas las personas que están en nuestros corazones. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 8 minutes after 7. To all those persons celebrating their birthdays today, happy birthday. I'd like to, in particular, vamos a ver, Jorge Alexander Gently, your birthday is in 2 days. Delicia Jamie, tomorrow is your birthday. Maura Ramirez, today is your birthday. Carla Zult, today is your birthday. Marcelo Cabo, your birthday is in 2 days. Juliana Alcocer Folgarite, your birthday is tomorrow. Glory, mi prima Glory Escalante Bradley, your birthday is in 2 days. And Mariela Espejo Katsim, your birthday is in 3 days. Anne Matut, your birthday is in 3 days. All the best. Mr. Nadir Orisco, your birthday is in 2 days. Oli Navarrete, your birthday is in 2 days. Anticipadamente lo estoy anunciando, ¿por qué no? Telly Briseño, your birthday is in 2 days. RC Jays, today is your birthday. Ignacio Perez, your birthday is in 3 days. And Josue Bonilla, happy birthday. Today is your birthday. All thanks to Facebook. Thanks to Facebook. There's a little section there when you go to Friends and you go to see birthdays, and it tells you everything. When is your birthday? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. All the best to these people. This is the general weather forecast now. Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. And the general situation is as follows. Generally, fair weather will prevail over the area today. The 24-hour forecast. A few cloudy spells along with the isolated showers and the chance of an isolated thunderstorm developing inland this afternoon and evening, then isolated showers developing offshore tonight. The winds blowing from the east-southeast 5 to 15 knots. The sea state light chop. Temperatures along the coast 86 as a high, 78 as a low. Inland 89 as a high and 70 as a low. Hills 82 as a high and 64 as a low. Advisories, there are no advisories. The outlook for tomorrow, Thursday, and tomorrow is already Thursday. And Thursday night is for a few cloudy spells with isolated showers occurring offshore in the morning and then inland in the afternoon. A low tide occurs this morning at 7:18 in 8 minutes time, a high tide at 1:03 this afternoon, and another low tide at 7:12 tonight, and the second high tide at 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. The sun rose this morning at 6:25. The sun is setting at 5:46. Look at how the sun is setting later, minute by day by day. Okay, the moon is rising at 9:39 this morning and is setting at 9:52 tonight. Thank you for Casa Angelia Guy for this information. Buenos días. Aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy 29 de enero, y muchas personas estarán esperando en español esperando para este reporte del tiempo en español porque quieren saber si pueden lavar o algo por el estilo. Hoy tendremos buen tiempo. Para las siguientes 24 horas, algunos periodos de nubosidad con chubascos aislados y la posibilidad de quizás una tormenta aislada desarrollándose en el interior del país hoy por la tarde y hoy por la noche, pero chubascos aislados desarrollando en el mar abierto hoy por la noche. Los vientos del este-sudeste 5 a 15 nudos, el estado del mar ligeramente agitado, temperaturas 86 como una máxima, por la costa 78 como una mínima, en el interior vamos a subir a 89 como una máxima y 70 como una mínima, y por las colinas 82 como una máxima y 64 como una mínima. ¿Qué se espera para mañana jueves y jueves por la noche? Algunos periodos de nubosidad con chubascos aislados ocurriendo en el mar abierto y luego por la mañana, y luego en el interior del país ya por la tarde. Una marea baja a las 7:18, otra alta, una alta 1:3 por la tarde. Luego el sol salió por la mañana a las 6:25 y el sol se oculta a las 5:46 por la tarde. De igual forma la luna sale a las 10:21 minutos y se oculta a las 10:08 minutos por la noche. Muchas gracias, Angelia Gray, por esa información. Compañeros, hoy tendremos al ministro Elodio Aragón con nosotros. Ya lo veo en cabinas. Vamos a tomar una pausa rápidamente y estaremos con el ministro Elodio Aragón tan pronto estos anuncios, pero no se vayan.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass, 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Chunosh, Sartaneja, and Copperbank. I'm part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize. The government of Belize. Moving Belize forward.
The soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to my dog. It needs no salt. I don't have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on Air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it ad last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way, so we need to register the room. I wish I know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTB.
But I need some salt. John! 2 of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such a room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalouse Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional road works will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 21 minutes after 7. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show, las 7:21. Por favor, únanse conmigo esta mañana a darle los buenos días y darle la bienvenida al señor honorable Elodio Aragón, ministro auxiliar de la policía, entre otras cosas. Good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Yes, good morning to all those here in the studios here, and of course all of our people who are listening to us via the radio 104.9 East FM. No, and I just want to say a pleasant good morning to one and all, wherever you are. and tell you it's a great pleasure for me to be here this morning, Emmanuel, as usual, you know.
Well, thank you for taking time out to be here, Minister. You distinguish yourself as one of the very few people who come in and report to your people. This is what I've been doing. And this is, I think, which is commendable. And then very few people actually have the guts to come in, not guts really, but have the will to come in and do this. I say, tell you what, I'm afraid for nothing. Have been doing nothing wrong. I'm here to act. I'm accountable, I'm transparent, and I'm willing and put myself up to question to anybody. And so I want to congratulate you.
Sure, man. And I always think it's important for us to come because, like I've always said, you know, sometimes we get so busy with the work on things that we forget to come and highlight people of all the work that we're doing. And I'll tell you, here in the East, every week there's something happening. There's not a week that goes by that we don't get some kind of work done here in the East. Sometimes they are significant, sometimes they are not too big, but things are happening.
It might be significant to somebody and insignificant to
others, right.
But then the same project might be significant to them and insignificant to others.
Yeah,
in other words, it's just if you're a farmer, the paving or the scraping of the Honeycamp Road is
it's not important to you down here, except if you're a farmer and you go there, it benefits you.
But if you live in Orange Walk, so what? But if you live in that area, or if you have a farm in that area, I mean, you feel good, you applaud the day when that happens.
Right. And I think it's important for us to come. You know, we have to find the time. We have to make the time for these things because truly there's a lot of things happening. There's going to be a lot of things taking place, especially this year. You know, things are culminating, and I think it is important we come and highlight these developments, you know, to the people. Yeah.
So what's going on in the East Division?
Well, there's a lot of things happening right now, and one of the biggest things I want to highlight right now is the water expansion project that is ongoing. This is the second phase now.
For whom?
For the Pasadena area. Basically, it's on the Father Larry Street. You know, I think last time we did the entire
Ardenette Alley. Father Larry.
Yes, yes.
It should be Bishop Larry now.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah, so this water expansion program is very important. It's important to us because we're ensuring that everybody in the town, everybody who has expanded, because, you know, the only expansion area we have in the town is in that area, in the Pasadena area, basically. You know, we have had people who have been living there, building their homes and have no access to water. We have people who have been living there for quite some time and had to get water through their neighbors and connections from them, etc. But now the first project that we had done was in the Ardenette Alley, that entire strip and down, and we did that. Now we are working on the Father Larry Street, which brings up, I think, the last street on that Pasadena area.
This is because when I used to live in that area, Mr. Albert had his farm.
Yeah, well, you know, Albert, they sell out a lot, so you know.
So as he sells his lots,
new streets are open, created, right?
So now that's area called for Street, Second Street, Third Street.
Yes, and all of that on Father Larry Street. So this is a new area. Basically, this is a new road that has been put there. That we put, and of course all the digging has taken place out there. The laying of the water pipes have been done. The big pipes they had, I think last week, Thursday I was out there, Wednesday. We took a spin out there, and the people from BWS were testing the system, the piping that they had put down there. And this will now allow everybody on that block, and there's a lot of people building homes there. I think this is one of the fastest growing areas in terms of the expansion right now in the East, and this was some of the work being done here in terms of digging the hole to place the pipes from BWS, no? And I think this comes at a good time because it ensures that everybody in the East basically has a direct line and access to BWS water. Because, you know, when you run any small pipe, you don't got no pressure, you don't got no... There are a lot of things, you know, but with this now, people are able to connect directly to the main line of BWS, and you know, and to me this is very important. You know, BWS was testing water here and stuff like that.
How do you generally find the water in that area? Is it very hard or?
No, well, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, I think I don't know how long was the last water expansion program that was done there, but we have basically completed the Ardenette Alley area, and I don't know if it's 1st or 2nd Street, I can't remember. And then we had Father Larry Street that we are just doing now on the 2nd phase. And they're very important because I'll tell you, if you take a spin out there, you will see the amount of people who already purchased. And I think the whole area has been sold, as far as Mr. Burns has informed me. The entire area has been sold off. And I trick you not when I tell you, you go out there and you watch the amount of people building homes, you know. And definitely other people who have land, who own land there, will really appreciate water. And so it has pushed up Father Larry Street, and I think the 2 streets that cross will also be, with the water lines will be running there too, no? So that is something very good.
If I know this is only for the benefit for both of us here, but this is an area picture of Orange Walk.
Right.
And if you notice that at one time,
it's like halfway.
This is the Dr. George
right.
the pond, but at one time it used to stop right around here. Now what you're talking about is all of these streets back here are being expanded. I imagine.
And that piece at the bottom, right,
is one of those streets.
Yes, definitely, and you know, and to me that really does well for the people back there, because we are basically moving ahead as people are building. It's not like, you know, I mean, we've had instances where people build homes and they have been without light and water for years and years, you know. At least this time we are right there with people building their homes, so they're getting their access to water. The next stage of what we'll have to do is ensure we begin to put lights likewise. Lampposts. In that entire area, we have written a proposal to get lights for people in that entire Pasadena area. There are a number of streets that have not. I took a spin out there. Well, we have been there several times, and I've always been looking at it. We've made requests, and we have been putting some new lights here and there, you know. But we have made a proposal in terms of getting all the lights up in those streets. What you find is that as the streets were building, they put in the electricity, but they never put lights.
Oh, I understand.
And then eventually we get some of these streets that were lighted, but some of the streets on the cross sections that cuts across, none of them have lights. And so those have been noted. We have made a request for that, and I'm hoping we could get that, because that is a very populated area, and it's pretty dark at night. You know, just before New Year's, I came here and I spoke to you about, I think we got about 6 lights in very specific areas that was really pitch dark. And the proposal has been sent already, asking for that area to be looked at specifically, and for the placement of new lights on new posts out there, because, you know, that is really needed right now in that area, because it's pretty dark at night.
Notice right here how this section here, which is the area by land, is this area
everything
is
down
growing.
the back of the passage. Yes, it's growing, and that's the only expansion area we have left, you know. It's private in terms of I think the lands belong to Mr. Burns, but at the end of the day, you know, he has sold all those lands, and people are moving in and they need their water and electricity. So, you know, that to me was a very important work that we were able to get done, which started last week and is continuing this week and until the project.
So
the
all the
entire project
properties
is
in
done.
this area have been sold.
Yes,
pretty much.
yes, pretty much. Where the street is, where the new street was built, all of that has been sold.
It's now private property.
Private. If you go there, you'll see the amount of development that is taking place there. People are building left, right, and center, you know, and that speaks well, you know. And for us to be able to meet with them in terms of getting their water for them is great. The next big step is ensuring that we put out lights. Electricity is already in the area, but now we need the lights to ensure safety and security for people living in those areas. So I've taken keen note on that. I've been around looking at all of the situation and the lights and stuff, and we have put that plan forward, you know. So I feel very good about it. You know, it is an achievement, and people might say, oh, water and this and that, but it is an essential part of things. And only the people who know how important it is are the people who are living there, building their homes right now, or people who had been living there and had to get their water from the opposing street and all of that, you know. So
let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning. I have a suggestion, no, and it's a humble opinion only. I think all lands that are being distributed or sold by private owners or by the government supposed to have infrastructure before it is issued to anyone, because that's what stops the development of any village, town, or community. That you give out the land hand over fist. just hold it, and no infrastructure is in place. And it takes years before the infrastructure reaches the land being issued. So I think in the future, any person that is selling a land, private or government, supposed to have infrastructure, streets, drainage, water, electricity, before any land is being issued to any individual, right? Because most of the time this is being done politically when you issue land, and you don't worry about infrastructure of the land afterwards. I think if you want to be a good government, a good party, a good political person, you need to have infrastructure installed before you issue any land to any person. And likewise, any person that just have a private land, like let's put name for like Mr. Burns. If you need to sell any land, infrastructure needs to be installed, and you charge the infrastructure that you're installing before you sell the land. That's just a humble opinion.
Yes.
Right, thank you.
All right, and thank you, Carl. And
what do you think about that?
And I think to a large extent he's right. I mean, if you're going to have, especially if it's private or government, we should always strive to ensure we have the basic facilities in terms of light and water and the road access for people. But that has always been a challenge too, you know that, right? Because we live in this country where there is land, we are finding the lands, and we are paying for the survey already, getting these things done, and getting the light and water usually comes after. It's a process, you know, and it's not, I don't think we should always strive, I believe, to ensure we have these proper infrastructure in place, because it allows people to then move in quite readily. And if you look at the works we did in Carmelita, we made the roads in terms of opening the roads for people to have access to their land, and people literally are already in there. We put light right away. They got their electricity. What is left right now is water. But if you go back there, you'll see the amount of people who are already developing their land, have a place to live, etc. So I think it goes hand in hand. The challenges are real in terms of trying to get all of that infrastructure in together at the same time, you know, but we try, and I think it is important.
It's a challenging process.
And I think it is important.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Morning, Minister.
Yeah, morning.
I want to agree with the other caller, but we in the Pasadena area want to thank you very much for doing and putting in the infrastructure, because it's needed back here, and if you don't do it, then we will leave it out, no? So basically, on our behalf as the people of Pasadena, we want to thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, Carla. Thank you.
Certainly. We like when people call and give their opinions, because that's what makes for a good show. Thank you very much.
Right. And it's important, and I understand the caller, the first caller, you know, yes, we should have these infrastructure, but the reality is, it's not like that always.
The
and I know
exigencies that exist with people, the demands is such that some people say, I can't wait, I got my money and I want to build my house. I don't care if no water there right now, but I want to build this house. I want to go live in there, because I can't take me, whatever it is, the condition that I'm living in right now.
And people need land. I mean, one of the issues I've seen coming into our office and looking at Orange Walk East, I mean, people in Orange Walk East could tell you, when was the last time lands were issued to people? I would want to think maybe 15, 20 years ago. You know, so the need for expansion on land is great right now. Very, very important to the people in the East, and I'm doing my best to get these lands out there. And one of the challenges we've had is that identifying land that is right adjacent or the right next or continuation of a land development in terms of, let's say, the village of Carmelita. If you take and we get land and we put it far out where there is nothing, it's difficult for people to go there. You understand, because there's no infrastructure. So what the work that we have been doing is working on finding the next available plot of land beside the village, light and water. Here? That can't go too far because of water and thing. And I don't really know that in terms of Joacton, I think I don't know how much land Mr. Burns have left out there to sell, but in terms of what we are discussing, if you look at Carmelita Village, the best thing is to find the land nearest to the next street that is existing already with light and water, so that the continuation of these resources, the infrastructure for light and water, continues.
I understand.
And that has been a great challenge, but we are making major inroads right now. And at this point in time, as we come across, because we have done 2 major surveys in that village. The first major surveys took care of a lot of people who were already living there in the village. A major block of that village that was never surveyed, but people were there. So we did a survey, government paid for that survey. We formalized these people with their lands there. And then we did a further survey at the back where we gave a lot of people lands in that place. Mind you, there's a lot of things that we have to continue to work to ensure that these lands go to the right people. Apart from that, we have also identified 2 more areas that we are working on to get surveyed. And as soon as these surveys are done, these lands will be issued. And as we continue with the work that we are doing, as the lands become available, we are assisting people with these lands.
Minister, we need to take a break, so let's take a break when it's exactly 22 minutes before 8 o'clock. We'll be right back after these messages.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
2019 was a milestone year for overnight tourist arrivals in Belize. There were over 500,000 overnight tourist arrivals, a new record for Belize. Over the past decade, Belize's overnight tourism sector has grown by more than 100%, increasing from 241,000 in 2010 to just over 503,000 in 2019. The National Sustainable Tourism Master Plan set a goal to achieve 556,000 overnight stays by 2030. With 10 years to go, we've already achieved 90% of this goal. This success can be attributed to aggressive marketing initiatives, new international flights, and working closely with local and international agencies and partners. The BTB thanks our tourism stakeholders for your role in this remarkable achievement. Together, we will continue to grow Belize's image as the best destination in the region.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man. No.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
So all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Chop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Chop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's a quarter before 8, las 8 menos cuarto, menos 15 minutos, y eso si está más correcto decirlo así. Las 8 menos cuarto, de nuevo aquí presentándole al ministro Elodio Aragón, que está con nosotros hoy, y de nuevo dándole los buenos días y la bienvenida. Minister, we always say, you're one of the few ministers who comes in and gives a report to his people. And you were talking about the infrastructure that, of course, it would be the ideal situation.
Yeah.
Like when you go to live in Cancun, if let's create a scenario, you go to live in Cancun and you want to buy a house, well, the house is already there, built with water, electricity, and it's a new development. Well, that is wishful thinking for us here in Belize, because we have to work within certain limitations.
Yeah.
You know?
There's always challenges.
But it's really the correct thing to do, as the caller said. We would like to be able to avoid having to be, man, I thought I live with have to carry bucket of water for go bathe and for bathe my picnic and this and the other. And if the perfect thing would be to just open the knob and you have water. And that's the way it should be. And I agree.
Yeah.
You know? But unfortunately, that's not the situation here. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
Buenos días, ministro.
Yeah, buenos días.
Quiero darte las gracias. Ya hay tiempos que estamos acá en Joniquiapi, ese camino para sacar nuestra caña estaba tan mal que no podíamos sacar la caña. Pero queremos dar las gracias y sé que usted está con nosotros y siempre está con nosotros.
No. Ok, gracias.
Gracias, eso es importante. ¿Qué están haciendo en la carretera de Joniquiapi?
Well, we could get into that. Well, what is happening right now, there's we had the opening on the sugar crop on January 15th, no? And well, I attended the sugar crop opening, and whilst, well, this is every year we anticipate the sugar crop, and what government does is that, well, you know, we have some pictures here that were taken when we were out there in terms of the opening, and that was January 15th we were there, and I think it was every year they do it, and every year, you know, you look and get an understanding of how the crop was. What are the, you know, with hope and expectation for the coming year, you know, and this year, definitely there are challenges, you know, people are saying that we might have another drought this year, but the optimistic thing about that meeting, well, when I attended there, was that, you know, this year, you know, we have opened new markets for CARICOM and for Taiwan. Taiwan will be buying sugar from Belize, and I think that is very good. That is good news. Yes, we'll have challenges with the crop, but at the end of the day, I think that these are the ups and downs that comes along with big industries. And being there, you know, you get a feel of the kind of excitement, the kind of work and all of these things. Yes. So, you know, it's just a matter of time for us to see how that will play out. But definitely being able to attend the opening of the sugarcane crop season for 2020 was good, and I will say that every year the government assists with what they call the feeder roads project, in terms of assisting cane farmers in trying to get as much feeder roads repaired to assist cane farmers in them being able to deliver their cane. Now, this is a very challenging situation in Orange Walk, because I will tell you that there is only limited amount of resources, you know, funding that is made available, you know, and the little funding that you get, the truth of the matter is it doesn't give. It doesn't give. I know there are challenges in the south, because I know Lupe doesn't get the kind of support in terms of the monies that go to the feeder roads there.
She's not an elected representative.
She's not elected, but nevertheless, cane farmers are there, and this is my biggest concern. And the truth of the matter is the resources never gives. And what is happening this year is that they had mentioned that Public Works would be focused in those areas, the equipment from the Public Works to be working on those feeder roads for Lupe to get and assist.
I'm glad to hear
farmers there. So the little funds we got in terms of that went to contractors who will be working in feeder roads in the east in specific. And this has happened every year. Every year we have to lobby to try to get the funding, and the truth of the matter is the funding never gives. Emmanuel never gives, because the amount of roads that are out there, amount of cane farmers, you know. So we look at the major roads and all the major feeder roads for big cane farmers, and we do our best to try to get those repaired and ready for the cane season. And this year, as usual, you know, we have roads being done in the east for cane farmers, and we could look at some of the pictures that I have. One of the roads that is being done right now is the Honeycamp Road as we speak. They're out there working, and this is
just let me clarify something. This is the old road. This is the one that goes from Santa Marta.
No, yeah, we're going to do all of that. That has to be done because a lot of people use and traverse that road. But the scraping of Honeycamp Road is being done, and also connecting roads to Santa Marta will be done.
So in other words,
and
from
the main road
area to
Honeycamp, and also on the Santa Marta Road will be done. No? So this is some of the works being done out there right now, and I think it is very important, you know. Yeah.
Let's get this call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Morning, Minister.
Yeah, morning.
I just want to congratulate and give thanks to Minister Aragon for doing a good job on the East. And though it is now the still missing half it as I is helping his constituency, his villages, because he has always helped the people at heart. The job that he's doing.
Where are you calling us from?
The East.
From the Orange Walk East Division. Well, thank you very much. So he is your area representative.
Of course, I pick him up because he's doing a great job.
Well, thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you, Carla.
By this caller. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate that. We appreciate that very much, Carla.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for those positive
And it comes
comments.
directly from the East Division.
That's right. That's right.
Well, it's a beautiful thing whenever you show gratitude, you know. I mean, it's not as if anybody's asking you to do it, but gratitude, you know, in itself indicates that, hey, you feel that you should give this person thank you, so you do it out of nobody has to ask you to do it. You do it out of the kindness of your heart, or because it's an impulse from that comes out. Thank you very much.
Thanks. And like I said, so right now we're working on a Honeycamp Road, and of course we'll get into the other roads that needs to be done. But what we did last week was works on the St. Pit Road. This road, Emmanuel, and I think we'll have photographs showing the scraping of the St. Pit Road. And this year, what we did last week was we installed a new culvert there. You know, every year we try to upgrade that road as best as we can, depending on the finance that we have. Because remember, everything has to do with the resources you have.
We're talking here
on the St. Pit Road. This is in Carmelita.
Carmelita, okay.
Very, very important road. I remember 5 years ago, we had, you know, I mean, the amount of truckers that use this road, because it's about using the road to pull out sand, not only cane and stuff like that. You know, so very important road for people. And I will tell you that road 5 years ago was impossible. I mean, it was a nightmare getting in there and getting out. And since then, have ensured that this road is serviced every year without fail. And the amount of material that has been dumped on that road, the amount of infrastructural work that we have done. Right now, I would want to tell you this is an all-weather road. It's not it's not a highway as yet, but it is a major road that has seen a lot of work been done on it over the years. And every year we build upon what we are doing in terms of material on the road. Like this year, we put in a culvert to divert some water. And as the years are going by, this road is getting up to become an all-weather road, and very important road to all the peoples in Carmelita, and of course those people who go for sand, you know, cane farmers that use it, etc. So very, very important road, and I am proud to say that, you know, we have been able to do this. I've been able to get this done. And I think it is a testament to the commitment and dedication we have to seeing important roads like this.
I'm going to ask you a question, and pardon me, but isn't this quickly and easily viewable or seen by the people of Carmelita?
Of course, because a lot of them are people who work with sand, and so they make their livelihood out of loading trucks, etc. with sand, and it is also a revenue generation base for the village council likewise, you know, because they make revenues off of these sands. But definitely the work that we have done on the St. Pit Road, especially last week I was out there, tremendous work is done out there, and it keeps that road very operational for everybody who uses it. And I think there's no other representative that has done that kind of work in terms of dealing with the St. Pit Road.
And especially for Carmelita that's their income, that's their only income.
Yes, so it is important, you know, and if you go back there's a lot of farms and a lot of people actively work in those areas. So it's very, very important, you know, cane fields, all kind of thing. But like I said,
I want you to take time out and notice these things. Who is behind all of this? Because let's not just fall prey to certain people's advances. Like, no, this one is this, and this one is the other. Let's actually be sincere to ourselves and say, look, wonder who they fix the road.
And Emmanuel, you know,
who they think for us and on our behalf. Is it's not Minister Aragon who is doing it. At the end of the day, winning or losing the village council election in Carmelita, he's still working for you. He's still working for you.
We still have to work. We still have to work, Emmanuel. And I will tell you, you know, I feel very proud of it, because this is a lifeline for Carmelita Village. And I remember 5-6 years ago, I mean, I was out there. I remember the farmers were in disarray, the truckers were in disarray, they couldn't use that. And we made effort after effort after effort. And right now, I tell you, every year we service that road, and that road is maintained. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it is an ongoing work, and the amount of material and the work that we have done there in the last years is tremendous. And I feel proud of that. Because at the end of the day, it is only us who have been working on that road. Nobody else basically get out there and do any kind of work on that. And
it's only because you've been behind it that it's been working.
Because we know the importance of that road. So I feel very good that we keep on that. And like I said, we did an upgrade in terms of putting a culvert. And it is just like the Santa Marta Road. That Santa Marta Road, we are the only ones who keep that Santa Marta Road going. And we have been able to install culverts after culverts.
Let me be honest with you.
To reduce the flooding when rainy season comes. So right now, that is a much more improved road than when I first saw it.
I'll be honest with you. I know some people who have been traveling that road, and they travel on it quite often, mind you, in a big PUP. And they say, la carretera de Jonicam ya está mucho mejor desde que este ministro Elodio Aragón tomó lugar, porque antes no se podía ni pasar. Le digo, pero al final del día, cuando vayas a votar, recuérdate de eso, quién está trabajando para ti.
Yeah,
no simplemente le des agradecimiento, pero haz algo a su favor. Minister, we need to take a break. It's exactly 8 o'clock. So let's take a break and we'll be right back with a lot more after these messages. Vamos a la pausa.
Yes, come in. Long time no see. How is everything?
Everything is good, man. What's the latest with you?
Man, everything is good. Business is flowing. I can't complain. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a new project. Thank God you're here. Let me show you the plans. All right? These are the plans for my 5-bedroom, fully furnished apartment complex. When I tell you fully furnished, AC, hot and cold, Wi-Fi, you name it, I have it. Right? And I want to market this on Airbnb.
All sounds nice, but have you started your paperwork already?
Which paperwork?
Joe, don't tell me you don't know. For you to market or rent any type of rooms, you have to register with the BTB, bro. It's in the law book.
Wow. Really, Sean? I never knew that. You know what? I finished all of my work for today. Make we go to BTB one time, go deal with this paperwork, and then after that, go take on Lee one too.
All right, because I'm thirsty, but make we go to BTB first.
Make we go.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Girl, that about time you reach my house.
Girl, you know how things go. I busy with everything. But how you?
Since my son got married the girl far down the road, I left here with this whole addition to this house, and I don't know where I'm gonna do with it. But I think I want to rent it out for tourists stay.
Girl, that what you to do? You to sit down park gold mine. If you want to use it for Airbnb, first thing you have to do, the register with BTB. So call me 227-2420 and ask them how to register. After that, everybody had to call you for rent your place. But that what you to do?
Girl, now you tell me if I call BTB?
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you are registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Las 8:06. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Estamos con el ministro Elodio Aragón. De nuevo, good morning, minister, y bienvenido. Hemos estado hablando acerca de los proyectos que están que se han estado realizando en la división este, Orange Walk East Division. Y estamos hablando acerca de la disponibilidad de terreno y acerca de las necesidades de las personas. Lo ideal fuera de que tan pronto compras un terreno, pues ya vienen justo con electricidad y agua y etcétera, 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 pues eso fuera lo ideal. Pero primero vamos a tomar esta llamada. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning, Minister.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hope you guys are doing well.
Thank you very much. Yes.
As a resident of the East, I can only witness the love that the Minister has for his people. The work is non-stop. You're talking about projects. The projects continue. And there's a project that we want to highlight in Carmelita soon. I mean, we will have a police substation there. I mean, adding to the security of the community.
Yeah.
So as we see expansion, as we see progress, we also ensure that the other items are in place, security. And Minister, you've done a great job. You continue doing a great job. Congratulations. You have the full support of my family. And I know, like my family, there are many families in the East who believe in you and will continue see progress because of you. Thank you so much for a job well done for your constituents of the East.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you very much.
Thank you, Carla.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel when you get these calls giving you, showing appreciation?
Good
Let's take another call. Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning. Buenos días.
Buenos días, Mr. Aragón.
Días, buenos días.
Mr. Martínez.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Yo soy acá de los Verdes, pero yo estoy con ustedes. Me gusta cómo trabaja el ministro, porque a veces que hizo muchas cosas. Y a veces no me gusta escuchar esa palabra porque dice ese hombre que no ha hecho nada. Pero mejor déjelo de esa manera. Usted está haciendo bien y sigue adelante. Porque nosotros aquí en la idea con mi grupo, nosotros siempre lo apoyamos. Pero aquí parece que la gente son un poco así. Pero ni modo, vamos a seguir adelante, apoyando a mi grupo. Gracias.
Ok, muchas. All right.
Ándale, gracias.
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. ¿De dónde? Trinidad, dijo.
Trinidad.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely, Emmanuel, and that's why I think it's important we come and highlight these things. Sometimes we get tied up with the work and we do a lot of things that doesn't even people don't know about it, you know. And I think it's good we come on the
But it
show.
makes all the difference when you talk about it that people go like, ajá, viste, no es el PUP que lo está haciendo, es el UDP que lo está haciendo. Porque muchas veces no trompeteamos lo que hacemos y simplemente no es importante que la gente lo sepa. No, la Biblia dice que tu mano de izquierda debe de saber lo que tu mano derecha. Pues ¿sabes qué? Yo no creo en eso. Yo creo que si haces algo, lo haces bien. Mira, especialmente si eres político, pues quieres que la gente lo sepa. Que estás trabajando por ellos y para ellos.
That's right, and I think it's very important we highlight it because, of course, the POP is out there and they want to take credit for works that they didn't even do. So I think it is important we come and highlight the kind of work that we do. And Emmanuel, this that we're going through is something that we live every day, every week, every month. Things are happening, and somebody called and talked about the police station, and I have it right here to discuss today. This last week we had the people from the Ministry of National Security, along with the Public Works Engineer and people who are bidding to build the police station. This police station should have actually started from last year.
I know, but good Lord.
And it's important we highlight the reason why we had this delay. This delay is because in Carmelita is our fastest growing village. And the amount of lots that are there, the amount of people are going, the amount of industry that will come about in Carmelita, will be tremendous. That will really expand that Carmelita. I always say Carmelita will become what Ladyville is to Belize right now. And I will tell you that this police station was on plan from last year. Everything was going well. The land was identified, which was right behind the community center in Carmelita. We basically, everything went, they came, they did the soil testing, etc. And lo and behold, when the research was done, because before government builds, they have to do the land research. There was not a person in that village except for maybe one family who knew that land was privatized and owned by somebody, and except the village, they never know that, and not even I knew about that. Nobody, not even the village council, nobody. And it so happened that when the land research, the research was done in terms of that parcel of land, it came out that
lo and behold,
it belonged to some ACAD or something like that, Raimonda. I don't really remember all the details. And so we found that they had absolute title basically for that land. And basically that threw a wrench in the works, no? Because we
so all the while you all thought that was public land,
and it should be public because it is a public. Everybody in that village will tell
and
you.
And all the while they used to have fair there. They used to have Ferris wheel. They used to have football game. They used to have track and field. They used to have everything, thinking that hey, this is for we piece of land, and this is sacrosanct because well, nobody would dare to think that hey, somebody would have this. Lo and behold, it turned out to be into the Cad family.
Some Cad
family property. So go like what? Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
Buenos días, Emanuel. Buenos días, bonito día hoy.
Exacto, bonito, precioso.
Hay que darle gracias a Dios por este día, ¿no?
Exactamente. Cada día hay que hincarse y darle las gracias.
Por tener un buen líder como el ministro Aragón.
Exactamente, también.
Ministra, buenos días.
Good morning, buenos días, amigo.
Quisiera tomar esta oportunidad, ¿no? Para darle gracias por todo lo que está poniendo usted en el este. Sabemos de que pues, las cosas agarra tiempo, pero con dedicación y lo que usted comprometió a la gente, está cumpliendo. Vemos que se está expandiendo las luces, está expandiendo lo que es la agua, todo lo que va a construir de escuela aquí en Louisiana, una en Carmelita, police station, eso es bastante, eso para nosotros es algo que va a tener el presidente, ¿no? Y queremos darle las gracias a usted en particular por ese esfuerzo. Sabemos cuánta dedicación usted toma para conseguir todo esto, ¿verdad? Y nosotros aquí del este vamos a tener su espalda de usted. Cuente con el soporte de nosotros. Cuando vengan las elecciones de 2020, nosotros lo vamos a regresar. Porque sabemos que usted es una persona de palabra, una persona que cuando dice algo lo va a cumplir. Y eso es el tipo de líder que nosotros queremos en el este y en todo el país, por decir. No quisiera decir de que Kevin está usando recursos de Tombur para su campaña de él. Entiendo de que él manda camiones de Tombur con finanzas de Tombur a limpiar Tobail. Luego que cada 2 semanas manda vehículos allá. Y ese dinero es de gente de aquí del pueblo. ¿Me entiendes? Y puro mentiras y propagandas que él está haciendo. Este hombre no merece para nada. Ni siquiera vamos a pensarlo cuando vayamos a las urnas en noviembre de ese año. Ni siquiera vamos a pensar porque usted tiene ese compromiso con nosotros y nosotros vamos a seguir apoyándolo. Tengo feliz día, ministro.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Gracias por tu llamada. Gracias.
Yeah.
Bueno, uno de los proyectos que este señor destacó es la escuela Louisiana.
Yeah, we're going to have a new building, and that is soon that we'll be breaking ground for that early this year.
Podemos tomar esta llamada.
Right. Yeah.
Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning. Buenos días.
Yes.
Hello.
Buenos días. Yes, sure.
Yes, go ahead.
Congratulate and big up the minister. I was thinking about people and giving those Christmas hampers, and I was there to help the people. Anybody who need any help, he always there to help them. He work for the East.
Are you calling us from where?
East.
East Division. So you'll vote for him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. And you will be voting for him?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Carla. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. And, thanks for that, Carl. Very good. It's a good encouragement, Emmanuel. Because a lot of times they work and nobody.
And it fills my eyes when we hear things like that, when people could be straight up and say, tell you what, you helped me out, so I got your back.
Yeah.
You helped me out, so I got your back. So, hey, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, Emmanuel, just to continue with the police station, because I never finished, so after we found that situation, then we had the plans for building the police station there had to be turned elsewhere. Of course, the PUP said, no worry, we will give back the land, next week.
Have they not given it back?
None at all. No move has been made to give this land back to the community. And it is a real pity, Emmanuel, because that is a community land that Carmelita needs. Being that a big village is, and that village will really explain they need that land for community. But the PUP has refused to give that back, despite all the chatter that they say, oh, don't worry, next week we will hand it over. Up to now, that has been a no-show. What I have also done, I've written a letter to the Ministry of Natural Resources requesting for them to do all in their power to try to get this land back for Carmelita. Because if it's not going to be used for a police station, it is definitely needed for the community.
That's right.
Because it's right beside the community center. So I'm hoping that they will look at that letter and see what they can do. But the reality is that when you have an absolute title, it's very difficult, But there are ways and means, I think, and I'm hoping that the Commissioner and the Minister of Natural Resources could assist the people of Carmelita in getting that land back for the village, because I think it is something truly, truly needed for that community. It is essential that they get that land back, because it will take so much away from that community if that land remains in private hands. But anyway, despite this setback, now we had to go and find another piece of land. We found another piece in the village. And remember, we want to put this station that is centralized for everybody in that village. So we found a piece, and we had to go through the process again and getting the Ministry of Works, Public Engineers, the engineers to come in and do the soil testing, because there's a certain way you build. And all of that work has been done right now. We've gone through all of that now. And last week, I think we had the pictures. I don't know if they can show it again. We had pictures where we found this piece of land. And we're right at this point right now. We are where we have this is a piece of land that is found. It's a huge piece of land. The police station will not occupy everything. It will occupy the rear part, and the front part will eventually be used maybe for park or something recreational for the community. But what is happening, I was out there, and we had the engineers, Ministry of National Security personnel came down, and along with the people who will be bidding for the building of this police station, and therefore that is ongoing right now. I think they have a deadline to submit bids by the end of this month, or in February. I think the first week of February.
So in the next couple of months, it should be.
Yes. So we should start. I think as soon as this process is over with the bidding, because there's a selection committee that is set up to oversee these things.
And there's obviously the due diligence
and all of that has to be done. So once that is done, Emmanuel, that work will commence there, and we will begin to have the makings of our new police station there in Carmelita.
Maybe take this call.
Yeah.
Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning. Buenos dias. Good morning. Buenos dias. Adelante.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I just wanted to tell you that Mr. Aragon is doing a great job, and we as teenagers of the East are seeing the hard work that Mr. Aragon is doing right here and in the villages and other places in the East, and we can see that he is actually wanting something better for this constituency. And I say that Mr. Aragon really deserves to be in this place because he's doing the best out of it.
And I appreciate that call. How old are you?
I'm 18 years.
Will you have registered already?
Yes, sir.
You have registered, and you're telling me that your peers, your friends have discussed this and have decided that the way you're going to vote is you're going to be voting for Mr. Aragon.
Well, we have decided to vote for the person who actually is showing interest in the betterment of the constituency, and the person who is actually trying to do something better for the people.
Okie dokie, and that person would be Mr. Aragon. Well, thank you very, very much. Thanks again, eh?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Carla. Thank you. Yes, so Emmanuel, so now the construction, I am expecting to see that up and running maybe within the next month and a half, the latest, we should see work commencing there, and we will get the police station for Carmelita that is truly needed. And that police station, Emmanuel, the whole concept of that station is that it will serve the villages of the east that are really big, so we could have
we're talking here about
quicker response time
and also
things.
Rayburn Ridge and also Tower Hill.
Yeah, so to cover the all the villages there, Chamber Ridge, it makes for a quicker response and more attention to these areas, and I think it is very important, especially with the ever-expanding growth in our villages, and especially the village of Carmelita, that will
it will
really
not be a
expand.
Substation, it will be a police station on its
Yeah,
own.
I'm looking for it to be a police station by more than one police officer, definitely. Has to have more than that to cover that ground, and that will allow Orange Walk, the officers posted here in Orange Walk, to focus more in the town areas and the other villages, So, and I think that is important to decentralize command, which will give for a quicker response and service to the community, So that is ongoing. I feel very good about that, because we had this delay, but nevertheless we are getting the work done in terms of that. And talking about the police, the station and things, it reminds me that I was last week invited to the All Officers Conference for the police department, where we had all the senior officers, out of 160 senior officers in the police department. I think we had about 125 of them that were there present, and this is an All Officers Conference that the commissioner has every maybe twice a year. He has these meetings, and so I had the honor to be there and to speak with them, And I think it is important, and I don't know if they have footage at at that meeting, but I attended that meeting, and I will say that it was a very important meeting because it is the start of the new year. It is about addressing the police officers, and my thing to them was simple. At the end of the day, we need to be able, as a department, as a ministry, to be able to give the service to the public. That is the most important thing, A lot of it has to do with good public relations, because sometimes it is just lacking. Police officers don't give a damn sometimes. The way they treat people, the way they carry out their investigations, sloppy and poor, don't take the initiative and the drive, These are some of the things that affects the image of the department, Yes, there was a decrease in murders compared to the previous year, but it was minimal. I think, how would I put it? About 6%, I think it was. I mean, that is still good in statistics-wise, and that is still good. But like I've always said, at the end of the day, it is about the basic day-to-day interaction that the public has with the police. And I've asked them to really look at service, and for the commissioner to really look into that and to see as a major part of what he wants to do in terms of improvement for the department. Service must be one of them, and it's a challenging thing, and I wish I had more say in the ministry. As a junior minister, I'm not the minister that yields the power in the Ministry of National Security, but nevertheless, I do and sincerely believe that there's so much more that needs to be done. So much more work that has to be done in terms of a department as the police department, and not only that, but you have all the other ministry and national security departments such as the Coast Guard, the BDF, and so forth. But definitely the police is the primary role in terms of the day-to-day interaction with the public, and that speaks volumes if whether we do a good service or not. And on that point, those some were the points that I spoke to them at, of course, talking about corruption and other stuff. But to me, a lot has to do with how we deal with the public, and it's very important. I can't stress on how much that is needed to improve upon the service delivery of the department. But those were some of the things I spoke to in terms of that meeting that we had with the officers conference.
Just a quick question. Especially if you're a fan of the Law and Order program that I watch on ION television, and you see all the forensic work that people do, and you go like, you're left with your baba did roll whenever you see it, because really what happens is they go like, I wish we had that in Belize, and I wish we had that in Belize. Do we plan to get any sort of forensic
Of course.
ability he is.
We have forensic capabilities, Emmanuel, and I think a lot of it
But it
has
seems
not,
pretty limited.
well, to a certain extent, but we have come a long way, I will tell you.
I
right
understand
now.
that we've come a long way.
In terms of fingerprints, and those things are basic and standard right now, you know. The forensic department right now have seen some significant investments, and I think we, as a ministry, need to highlight more of these things so the public understands
I see
the role, the
people
capacity, etc.
going through
that is there.
studies, and now
Yeah.
they're I think it's being given
Right.
to detectives.
So there's a lot. Well, that's investigations. You know, I think there's a detective course, CIB course in Belmopan going on. But what I'm saying is that there's so much that has to be done, and I think we could maybe take that up on another time to discuss the capabilities, because the challenge for me and the way I look at it is that we must work towards the use of more technology, the use of more forensics. And why? Because at the end of the day, one of the biggest challenges to any investigation has to do with the fact of the IC witness. Nobody wants to go to court again. But if you have the technology in place, like the cameras, if you have the forensic analysis that is done, then you need nobody to go to court except the people who are dealing with this. Go say, you know what, this is your fingerprint and it matches him.
And this time you're here, and don't tell
this
me
is
no,
your
because DNA tell
you know
you
this,
that's
and those are irrefutable evidence in to a certain extent, and culminated with the circumstantial evidence that you may have in a case makes your case stronger. And to me, this is the way forward. And I think any department must look and have the eye on the way ahead to be forensics and the use of technology. Of course, you will never do away with the human resource. We need that. And that is why a lot of it has to come down with the service delivery of our men and women in uniform. And I can't stress on that more in dealing with corruption, you know, and strategic planning, and to look at the way forward and how to tackle the various emerging threats and the threats that have been here with us for time immemorial. So all of these things must be looked upon strategically. So there's tremendous work, I will tell you, as an ex-police officer, and I know that the way ahead is not easy, but nevertheless, I think there's a lot more that can be done. And I'm sincere in regards to that, you know. But those are the things, Emmanuel, and I know that there's a lot that has been done, but there's always room for improvement. And definitely, I think those are the areas that the commissioner, being only a year old, is looking into.
Let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Colin. My name is Robert Samuel Steve Senior.
Pitt, boy.
Mr. Pitt, I was waiting for your call.
I'm good. I am calling to tell the Ridgewack people, the Ridgewack East, and everybody who's listening to your radio station said that the Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr., proven leader in the Ridgewack East, proven leader, let me repeat myself, proven leader of the Ridgewack East. Mr. Aragon has brought light, picked up the streets in the Louisiana area, and also in the Pasadena area. He has brought lights to the villages, such as football lights for Santa Marta, Tower Hill, and repair the lights in Carmelita. The third time he's in office, he has done so many things for the people of Ridgewack East. Right now, as we speak, there's an ongoing project, water project, on Father Larry Street. That's the street I live on, so I could be testifying and saying I just left from there. The equipment are out there, work is going on, and his ongoing work with Mr. Aragon here, there, and everywhere within the Ridgewack East. I'm so proud to be his supporter, his friend, and his UDP family. And I'm telling the people of this country that Elodio Aragon Jr. will be re-elected come election day for his good work and his good deeds to the people of Ridgewack East. Because I walk the streets in Ridgewack East, and I am telling you, the people are saying Aragon, God the man, and will be the man again. Thank you and good morning.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
very
Pitt.
much,
Thank you, Mr.
Pitt.
Pitt. And just before I forget, you know, he mentioned about Carmelita lights. We've always serviced the lights. And it's not only the football field in terms of, not only in Carmelita, in Santa Marta and elsewhere. We've always maintained these. And the lights, expansion of light we did in most of the villages got their expansion of lights and lighted football fields. One of the issues right now we have and has come to my attention, we have some young people who have called me from last week in terms of the Carmelita lights on the football field. Right, I think there's only one light working. The last time I checked, there was one light working last week when I passed through there to check on it. And so we have, I think, about 5 lights down right now. When we had the UDP village council there, through the monies, because Carmelita is the only village council that can stand on its own in terms of having a revenue source in terms of the sand business.
Through its sand business.
But, they have allowed the PUP, since taking office, have allowed all these lights to go down. Because, the previous village council would work in tandem with us in trying to get the electricians out there.
So the present PUP
to
village council is not doing anything?
They're not doing nothing. They're not doing the loan, maybe they do 1 or 2 little things out there, I don't know. But the fact is that in terms of maintaining the basic things, such as the lights in Carmelita, for the football field should be something that they could do. Because once you say one light go down, you don't wait. You bring that light down, check on it, what's wrong, what needs to be repaired, if I need a new one, and you put your lead on it together, get it and put it back up. They have allowed all the lights to go down, and right now I think there's only one light working. That has been brought to my attention, and definitely I will move to action in trying to get this. An assessment will be done. We'll have to bring down those lights, see what's wrong with it, what can be repaired will be done, what cannot, we'll have to then seek funding and trying to get. And a lot of people might say, well, Mr. Aragon, but you in your government, a lot of these fundings that come around, come from government. We have to find it elsewhere, and I am thankful and grateful, and I must big up the East Committee. We do a little fundraisings, and this is the little money that is used for these things like that come up. Because, I got several calls from young people in the East, from Carmelita Village, highlighting the issue and concern of the fact that there's no light there. There's a team competition going on, which I'm supporting and sponsoring, and the guys called me and said, Mr. Aragon, only one light, they work. So I've made that commitment to look into this matter as soon as I can, and I'm trying to source the funding right now. And as soon as that is done, we will get these lights up for Carmelita. I must say, in all the other villages, I think Palmar, we need to do some more work there too, because I think they need, some lights need to be serviced and fixed, because I think they're down too. So we'll have to look into these things. Apart from that, Santa Marta had gotten new lights, so their lights are up. I hear the grass on the football field is high because they not chop it. So, but these are the things that I guess everybody, they vie for positions, but in a day they don't do no work, and to me that is a sad thing.
These are the eye openers.
But at the end of the day, we will look at that, and I just wanted to highlight it since Mr. Piet had mentioned Carmelita Village, and I remembered, and I want the people to know that definitely we'll be looking into this and getting those lights up and working.
Let's take a break when it's exactly 26 minutes before 9 o'clock. Vamos a una pausa cuando son las 9 menos 26 minutos. Vamos a la pausa.
And Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, home in. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass, 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Chunosh, Sarteneja, and Kaparbank, and part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I think that, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to my dog. It needs no salt. And I have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on Air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it ad last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, you know, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way, so we need to register the room. I wish I know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTV.
But I need some salt. John! Two of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such a room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 18 minutes before 9 o'clock. I'd like to say good morning again to all our viewers. And again, another welcome to our invited guest, Minister Elodio Aragon. Minister, thank you for being here with us. To the person who was calling during the break, please, I had to sit down because obviously we were not on the air yet when we answered that call. So I'm inviting you to please call back again and to speak to us and tell us what is it that you needed to talk about. Well, good morning again and welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Here we're talking about talking about the East Division, and we have the minister here. Minister, the last times you were here, you have always voiced a concern about a certain individual who seems delusional and who has been going or getting pictures and putting it up on Facebook about people who go to register. And it's a certainly intimidating for certain people because they feel that their privacy has been infringed upon. And they feel that if they go to register, there's a God-given right to go to register. And they don't need anybody who is sheepishly or some form or the other taking pictures of them when they go do their blessed job of registering as a voter. You still have that problem with that individual?
Well, I think that last incident you're talking about the mayor. About the mayor, no? Yeah. Well, I think that last issue that was there, as far as I could tell, I think it was. I know that the couple that went to register, they were quite upset, very, very upset.
May we take this call?
Yeah.
Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Good morning.
Minister, morning, Mr. Martinez.
Morning.
Well, I guess Martinez, you don't read mine, no? Because why was the caller who called and it has
really? Okay, all right.
That is what I was going to bring up before you guys come on and tell you this nonsense about the mayor. I'm calling him Kevin Bernard, going around sending his agents to photograph people who are exercising their God-given right to vote, their sacred right to register and vote, so that they can make a decision, to have a say in the decision-making of this country. Goes around, and that's bullying and harassing
that's
people.
Right.
Just because he believes or he thinks that they don't live in a particular area. Well, some time ago, I think it's about 2 weeks ago, he photographed a couple and their kid, their child, and put it on Facebook and blast this person, saying that the person does not live where the person says that he lives. And well, it so happens that the person was not having it, no, and obviously they do live where they said they live for some time now. But unbeknownst to the mayor, because of his mischief and his idleness, he libeled this person. So now, I looked at my Facebook page yesterday and I saw that they sent a civil suit for her, no, not civil suit, a demand letter
Oh, really?
They sent a demand letter to him to apologize to these people and also to compensate for the harm done to their reputation, because if you're saying that I do not live where I say I live and I went to register, they're accusing me of voter fraud. You're voting me of trying to defraud the system or trying to commit an offense. Of committing an offense. That's why you're accusing me. So you're calling my integrity into question. So obviously he owes these people not just an apology but money. However, he can, on his Facebook page, posted the letter, which I have the Facebook page open front of me, which is demanding that they pay the clients $3,000 damages to compensate the clients for serious injury to their reputation, also to indemnify them, that means to pay legal fees, and also to apologize in the same manner how he libeled. That means you have to go up on Facebook and post the thing. But you know, the man answer, he get the lawyer, and his lawyer, LLP Koi, and Courtney and Koi, and wrote back a letter to the attorney saying that they don't think that this warrants a thing, because he already apologized. Now, a check with the people has shown that he has not apologized to them. This man up on Facebook saying that he has apologized personally to these people, when in fact he has not.
So he's lying.
He continues to lie, continuously lie. That's what he does. And he goes around claiming work that he does not do, and trying to fool the people into believing that he is the one doing the work, when in fact it's Mr. Aragon doing the work. He does this constantly. He can, on a Facebook page that Mr. Aragon put the other day that the San Pedro road is being fixed. Somebody said, well, I'm thinking that the mayor to fix the road. So who is fixing it? Who is lying? My brother, that's not even a question to ask. You don't know that the mayor is lying. The mayor lied. But the fact is now that he has libeled these people, and now he's refusing to compensate and to apologize. What he should have done is put a similar post saying, man, I am a fool. I should have done what I did, and I am lying on these people, and I will not do it again. But that is just wishful thinking. That will never happen.
No.
But this is just to open
So let me just quickly go back a little bit with what you said. He was claiming, based on what you said, that he was doing works on the San Pedro Road.
Yes, he said. They said that.
But that's a blatant lie.
They have a talk show on the Wednesday. I think shortly they will start 9 o'clock. So
but that's a blatant lie, because it's Minister Aragon who is doing it.
Of course, everybody knows this, but he thinks that he can fool people, you know. But in regards to this thing, you know, he did this consistently during the re-registration process, taking people's pictures, sending his agents, paid by the people of Orange Walk Town, salaried personnel from the town hall to lay wait people in front of the registration office in Orange Walk Town and take their pictures and post it immediately on Facebook, calling out their names and giving address and all kind of stupidness. Which is, I don't know how the people never saw earlier. I'm telling you. But somebody get the money put together and then get
So Paula, let me interject again. Is this letter that you're talking about, is it still on his Facebook page?
It's on his Facebook page. I went to Kevin Bernal from East or something. It's still there. I can check quickly right now, but I'm sure it's still there. I saw it as late as last night. So he still has it up.
Well,
just goes to show what kind of person he is. No? He is hungry, not just hungry for power. He's obsessed. He is delusional, like you rightly started the statement. He's delusional.
Okay, now I see, because I thought that I was going into his mayor page and I didn't realize that
it's right there. The letter says, please be advised that shortly after the complaint of post was published on Facebook, it was removed. Lie. They take long before they remove it. He said it was removed in less than an hour. Lie again. He said further, the chairman of Palmar Village Council personally visited your clients and apologized to them. Well, obviously, they're not the Palmar chairman doing people nothing. Palmer chairman should apologize for not giving the earth, the white mile when needed. It continues and it says more importantly on the 11th, and give one date, 11th of January 2020, Mr. Kevin Bernard personally apologized to Mr. Brown lie for any harm done to this caused by the post. At the time the post was made, the person who posted the message genuinely believed. The liar, they just because they're wicked. The content of the post, clearly no allegation of criminal intent was intended or alleged. Clearly, man, once it was
the damages have been
clear
made.
That it was an error, it was withdrawn and apologies issued. The lie. But I hope they carry it to the Supreme Court and make them pay big money. He said, in the circumstances, we have advised Mr. Bernard that the aforementioned apologies were sufficient and that the claim for damages and costs in also exorbitant and extortionate. Bernard, there is no price you could put to somebody, how you call it,
credibility, man.
Exactly, their character, you cannot put a price to my how you call it. Anyway, I'm at loss for words, but I am saying he owes these people and he should pay.
You should never cannot put a price on your dignity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the page right now and thinking, looking at it in circumspect. I believe that an apology is also an acceptance.
Well, exactly. If he apologizes, that means he knows that he's doing wrong.
Thank you. That's my point. He
then
did
he
wrong.
Has to stop his stupidness out there because more of this must have come to him directly.
Okay. Well, in other words, if we see that this person keeps on doing it,
make people sue them and so on. Everybody should take quality time and sue, finally money and make some money out of it.
Well, thank you very much, Carla.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks again.
Thanks. You know, in this, and I just want to add to this because, you know, that family was really in distress in terms of how they felt, you know. And I think a lot of what Mr. Noble has mentioned is right on the ball because the damage has been done. You post it up, and then after the evening, you decide you want to take it down. To me, the biggest thing about this that we must take away from this is that what he is doing is wrong. He's intimidating people. Anytime you have agents out there, they take pictures of anybody will go there. And because he personally must think, oh, then people may, I remember the people may there at Trial Farm or they may there at Belize City. So you know what, they must say, and post them pictures on Facebook and libel them people by putting them out there as being dishonest and all of these things. You know, that is wrong. Unless he sleep to everybody's house and know where everybody live, then he could do this, but he does not. I don't know how much housing or go sleep there, but definitely he can't cover the entire town and sleep at everybody's house for know where people live. My thing with this is that it is intimidation tactic that he's doing. If there wasn't a process in the election and boundaries to deal with matters where you might believe that people not live where they are stating they are living, then there's a procedure.
There's due diligence and due
diligence and a due process to deal with that matter. You not see me go take picture of people out there. Because there's a process. If I have to challenge that, I will challenge it through a process.
After the person has registered, and there's in front of a magistrate, hey, this person live here or he not live here?
Right.
And then he's
and then he's too slow by going out there and have his agents are taking pictures of people. That is wrong, totally wrong. And this is not the first time that he's doing it. Emmanuel, if it was his first time, we could say, well, the man make one mistake, etc. This has been an ongoing trend that he has been doing. Ongoing.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning, buenos dias.
Buenos dias, hello. The Guinea Grass Road need to fix, man. It's a bad condition.
Okay.
Right. Tell somebody to fix it. You are in government.
Certainly, it's we will refer this to the persons who are responsible for that. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Carla. Well, I hope Public Works listening, and if not, I will inform Mr. Jones. But definitely, like I said, the Public Works equipment will be used by Ms. Lupe to try to get those roads fixed. No, but like I was saying, in regards to this situation, the point to take away from here is that what he is doing is utterly wrong. How will you go out there and lay wait people and take pictures of everybody where they go register? And anybody you feel or somebody call you and say, I don't think they live there, you know, you will then blast these people on Facebook. The harm has been done. If you take it down, I sure that post was up there for quite some time because a lot of people called me and saying, Mr. Aragon, you say where the man they do out there. And these people were put under duress, under stress in a certain way.
Was there a promise not to do it again?
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you the truth, I haven't even read on that because I haven't seen the thing. I know Mr. Noble had mentioned it to me last night. But the thing is this, is that what he's doing is wrong, man. You can't do that. To me, that is intimidation of people who are going to register. You can't do that. There's a due process for you to follow. You know, and I am glad that these people have taken action against him. You know, and what Noble has mentioned there, that he lied bad, that's true. Because I had spoken to these people when, I think about last week, they had contacted me, and I asked them if the mayor had went and apologized to them. They said, Mr. Aragon, the mayor has not apologized to us, but it is clear in the letter that the mayor himself posted there, stating that he don't apologize personally to them people. That is a blatant lie. I mean, you are bringing more wood to this fire. To me, if I was the mayor, just deal with this, apologize, settle this matter, and done. You understand me? But obviously, I guess he got his own personal agenda in terms of how we deal with this. But to me, the thing to take away from this is that what he is doing is terribly and utterly wrong in terms of taking pictures of people who go to register. And I will tell this to anybody out there. If the man do this to you, or it comes up, not afraid for carrying a court, you know, because one of the things we must understand from these things when they do these things is that it affects you personally. You know why? If he claims and puts you on Facebook and say that, oh, you the register one place where you don't live. What is he doing in effect? Apart from claiming that it is fraud of voter fraud, what is he saying? He's saying that you are a liar person, that you are deceitful. He questions your integrity, and what does that do? These people have people where they work with, you know. These people have people where they work with. Now, how you went back to work, and your boss look and say, boy, see you put and say, if the man could do this thing, imagine what he could do to my business. It could be deceiving to me. It could lie. It could, you know. It puts you into question. It affects people personally.
Would you say that he's desperate?
Well, I don't know what they game. To me, it's just childish because you don't stoop so low, man. You intimidate people. You understand
that
me?
Speaks desperation.
Well, my thing is this, is that it affects people personally, and he might care less, you know, because he figured that I post it on Facebook so I don't take it down, so that's it. That's not it. The damages have been done. You don't put this man's integrity into question. How will his friends, his families, his co-workers, his employers look at him now? I said, this man, if they do that way, I do that my business. Or, you know, it puts people integrity into question. And I think this is this has to be addressed. And I'm glad these people have basically sought legal counsel to deal with this situation. And to me, the easiest thing for Kevin to deal with this matter, but it shows how arrogant he is and trying to defy. He knows exactly what he has done. He knows exactly what he has done to these people, and he's lied. You know why I could say he lied? Because I spoke to these people, and these people told me, Mr. Aragon, the man has never personally come and apologized to us. It is only the Lee Village Council will reach and say sorry that they make a mistake, etc. But Kevin, on that letter, as far as what Noble read just now, he said that he personally gone and apologized, which is a total lie. How you want life and things like that? That is what I don't understand. To me, then a simple little matter that you deal with and done with that. You know, but my thing is this, and I will say this again, for him, he needs to stop in regards to these things because it's not right, Emmanuel.
Let's talk about brighter things.
It's not right,
though.
You know.
We have a big thing coming up next week.
Oh yes, and this is very important.
And we barely have any
time to go up our way. That's right. You know, we are having this massive.
We had the chairman of the party yesterday,
convention,
and he was explaining to us
our national convention that is being held next week Sunday. It's going to be big, I think. We're going to have people from all over the country going to go there. All our UDP is going to congregate at the Civic Center. It's going to be big, and this is very important for the party because we are going to have I call it the leadership convention because it's going to basically dictate who will be the next person at the helm of the United Democratic Party, who will be the leaders in our in our
on the future prime minister.
That's right, in our entire UDP party. And I want to take this time, and I put out a flyer already, and I'm inviting everybody from the Orange Walkies who is interested to go. We'll have buses lined up. I'm asking you if you could call the office so that we can take your name and contact details, and so we could confirm that you're going, so we could ensure we make all the necessary arrangements for bus, for food, drinks, whatever we are taking, So we could have all of that so that a proper planning can be done. So I'm inviting everybody to come out. The buses we're asking people to be at the East office at 7 a.m. so we could then prepare and depart to the Civic Center. Transportation, food, and refreshments will be provided, of course, and people can call our number at 322-3278.
322-3278, that's the number to call.
Or
610-3278.
Yeah, or 610-2060.
Or 610-2060.
They could call and that
2060? 2060.
That's right. And this will happen on Sunday, February 9th, 2020.
El otro domingo, la convención para el liderazgo del Partido Unido Democrático se llevará a cabo. No este domingo, el siguiente domingo.
So we're asking people to please, all our UDP, it's going to be a family affair, I'm telling you, in terms that you're going to see everybody. And it's a good thing, to me, I love these events. You know why, Emmanuel?
They renew the spirit.
Not only that, it's about meeting and congregating with your UDP brother and sister.
That's right.
Because you have people from PG, way down from San Pedro, you name it. Everybody will be out there, and I think it is amazing to go out there and to rekindle with your fellow colleagues out there, your friends, people where you know say long time, because everybody's going to be there. And we're inviting all our UDP supporters. If you're interested to come, we have buses lined up, and we're going to take as much buses as we can so we could have a
Chairman told me they're expecting
event.
about 5,000 plus people to be
Exactly, that's right. And so we're going to have a wonderful time. Our bus arrangements for the villages will be made. Likewise, this week, before Friday, people will know in the villages what time and where the buses will be.
Y vamos a estar dando la información acerca de Orange Walk North la siguiente semana, cuando ya lo tengamos. Y muchas gracias por darnos esa información.
We're inviting everybody to come. You want to join and experience the coming together of the United Democratic Party in this most important leadership convention.
I'd like to invite you also.
We're inviting all of you
to send whatever information to us if you are not coming next week.
I'll be here next week. I should be here next week.
Because so that we can keep on pumping this information to the people, so that people cannot say yo no sabía, yo no pude ir porque no sabía. Así que, well, if you're going to be here, we'll be glad to share whatever information you have about transportation, etc., logistics with our people, because a lot of people want to know a lot about it before they decide to venture. So, we're going to have that information for you next week. Okay.
That's
Minister,
right.
Thank you very much, Minister.
No, but my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
4 minutes after 9
again.
o'clock, and it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
And it's always a pleasure being in your company. Thank you very much. It's exactly 4 minutes after 9 o'clock, and I would like to thank the production team who are always behind the scene. Your production team as well as our production team that work together to produce the show. Muchas gracias a todos. Pero más importante, a ustedes, nuestra audiencia, que siempre está a la vanguardia y siempre está viéndonos y siempre está contribuyendo y participando. Muchas gracias por esa contribución que hacen. Pues, ¿qué más nos queda decir sino darle las gracias y decirles, nos vemos mañana a la misma hora, primero Dios. Cuídense mucho. Hasta luego, nos vemos. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Emmanuel.
City Morning Show. world-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Girl, that about time you reach me